Thanks. Nice and good.
Central to Affleck's narrative was the villainous Deathstroke, portrayed by Joe Manganiello. This deadly antagonist would have tested Batman's limits, both physically and mentally, pushing him to the brink of his capabilities. Affleck's choice of a single, formidable antagonist contrasted with the more common ensemble of villains, emphasizing quality over quantity in storytelling. Deathstroke's role was not merely that of a physical adversary, but a psychological foil for Batman. Their encounters would have been more than mere battles. They would have been clashes of ideologies and tests of resilience. I'm sorry, I'm high on mushrooms right now. Deathstroke's presence would have highlighted the thin line that separates heroism from villainy, challenging Batman's core beliefs and forcing him to confront uncomfortable truths about himself. That's no pun intended. Pun intended, bitch. The Game, a film directed by David Fincher, was a man whose life spins out of control after getting a weird birthday present, had an impact on Affleck's Batman concept. Because this concept of unraveling and psychological manipulation resonated with his vision, Affleck was able to develop a tale that would cast doubt on Batman's senses, sanity, and sense of self. The narrative would have blurred the distinction between reality and fiction by casting doubt on Batman. Affleck intended to throw doubt on both the reality of the world and the objectivity of their hero's findings by luring spectators into the maelstrom of Batman's thought process. By employing this strategy, the movie would have moved beyond the boundaries of the typical superhero plot and transformed into a puzzling examination of the human psyche. Now, that sounds more interesting than all the DC films and Marvel films that have been released so far. That's what I'm talking about special films that people need to see. This is what I'm referring to. Affleck's Batman movie would have made Arkham Asylum, the notorious psychiatric institution for supervillains, a crucial part of the plot, as opposed to how it's only been alluded to in other movies. This decision would increase the psychological tension, since Batman will face the most powerful enemies behind the foreboding walls of the institution. This would challenge him physically and serve as a battlefield for his inner battles. Arkham Asylum would have been a miniature version of Batman's universe, a meeting point for his biggest enemies. In this cramped space, Batman's dealings with his rogues gallery would have shown flaws and highlighted the complex connections between hero and villain. This immersive experience would have transported audiences into the heart of Gotham's darkness. I got tingles in my ball sack, allowing them to witness the intricate dance between the Bat and his adversaries up close. Despite the unfortunate fate of Batman's movie, or I keep wanting to say Affleck, but he's so synonymous with Batman. In fact, he's Batfleck all day, every day. Ben Affleck's portrayal of Batman continued to echo in the DCEU. He reprised his role in The Flash, which is now a big bomb, unfortunately, as it's one of his favorite experiences playing the character. The torch was passed to Robert Pattinson, who embarked on his own journey as the Cape Crusader in The Batman, which received immense critical and financial success. I mean, good for him, but I don't know. The unmade film's legacy lives on as a testament to Affleck's dedication and creativity. In the end, while Affleck's Batman movie probably will never grace the silver screen, maybe one day in animation or comics, who knows, its influence on the evolution of fan demands is undeniable, and it remains one of the most intriguing superhero movies to never come to fruition, which is a shame because out of all the DCU characters that had their solo films, Ben Affleck's Batman, I think, would have been the best one so far. Because, considering Affleck is an Oscar-winning screenwriter, he's a great director, and Affleck just loves the character of Batman. Not only that he loves the character, he understands who Batman is as a character itself. And it's such a shame that we never got to see it really fully realized. It really is a shame, and it sucks. it pisses me off, bro. It pisses me off. Ugh, I'm so mad, bro. I'm so mad. The goal of Affleck's Batman's film was to shed light on the mysterious facets of the character's psychology. Even after several adaptations, he sought to pull back the curtain and probe the depths of Bruce Wayne's complexity in a way that had never been done before. As Affleck has expertise directing psychological thrillers like The Town, Gone Baby Gone, this would not have been your normal superhero adventure. Instead, it would have explored Batman's inner conflicts and who he is as a person, as Bruce Wayne, and as Batman, and how he deals with his vigilantism, especially with, losing Dick Grayson, losing Robin, and maybe forming more partnerships with Batgirl. And seeing Joe Manana as Deathstroke and seeing those badass fight scenes. It makes me sad, bro. It really does make me sad. Because Ben Affleck is one of the best Batmans ever. And he fully embraced the concept of Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns. Like, Ben Affleck really is Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns in just live action. Like, he was ripped right out of the comics. And, it's a shame that we would never, ever see that incarnation ever again. But what can you do? It is what it is. You can't change the past. And, as much as I would have loved to have seen Ben Affleck continue in the role, and James Gunn did offer Ben Affleck, hey, would you like to come back to direct a DCU film? He turned it down. He turned it down for a reason, because he wants to say goodbye to this character. He was fucked over, much like Zack Snyder, much like Henry Cavill. And fans shit on him when he first was announced as Batman. And of course, when Batman v Superman came out, he was, I would say, the best part of that movie. And he was the best part of this failing DCEU. And he just never got his just due. He never got his just due as fully cementing himself as the best Batman of all time. He is to me, but he just never got the opportunity. Much like Henry Cavill. They have a lot in common. Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill have a shit ton in common. Both screwed over, both just derailed, and never really reached their full potential. But what can you do? It is what it is. The Batman no more. As always, hit like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, TikTok, your sister's ass cheeks. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of Ben Affleck's fully realized vision for his Batman movie? I think it would have been incredible. I think it would have maybe been up there with Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, or at least The Dark Knight. It would have been a tall order, but Ben Affleck certainly had the potential to really solidify himself as a great filmmaker and a great Batman movie. Oh well, truth out.
Seth Rollins, I'm coming for you, boy. And I'm coming hard.